Hello everyone, welcome back to playing Minecraft Infdev all the way to release 1.8.9. So, I decided to make an episode today because I gotta show you guys um, everything that I've got done so far. And I also gotta show you guys where the new base is gonna be. This is gonna be the new base right here. As you can see, I already kind of leveled out this entire area. But I'm gonna level it a little bit more because it's not as not as big as I want it to be. I want this to be bigger. So I'm gonna dig down a couple more blocks and just keep digging, basically. I'm gonna dig out this whole area, and then from there I'm gonna make a storage space, and I'm gonna make my furnace area. Those are gonna be the first two kind of builds that I want to get done before I do anything else. And then eventually I'm gonna make like a train station kind of looking thing. That's gonna be where the minecart track is right there. Because right now there's nothing it's just dirt. There's nothing crazy going on. Also, if you're wondering, I am playing on peaceful, and the reason for that is because something really stupid happened. So I didn't tell you this yet because, well, I haven't made a video on it yet or whatever, but basically what happened yesterday is that my world got corrupted again. Well, I don't know if I should say again, because last time it corrupted, I guess it wasn't really a corruption, it just crashed for some reason. Anyways, my world got corrupted, and what was happening is that I couldn't move my character. I couldn't move the player or whatever. I couldn't move. I was stuck. And keep in mind, that was kind of the only backup I made, because I made a backup on the same save that was corrupted. And I didn't know it was corrupted until I loaded into the world again. So I left the world, I created a backup, and then I rejoined, right? And I couldn't move. I couldn't move myself. And for some reason my skin was Steve. It was reset to Steve. So what I tried doing, I tried to log out of my Microsoft account because I thought it was a skin bug or something, a skin issue, it wasn't getting my skin, or I just wasn't logging in somehow or something. I don't know. Even that didn't really make sense though, because I was logged into Betacraft. But anyways, I logged out of Betacraft, and then I logged back in, and well, it fixed it for a little while, because when I logged back in and I rejoined the world, everything went back to normal. I got my skin back and I could move again. But then what happened is that I logged back out of the world, right? Again, and I joined again, and I got stuck again. I got stuck again in the same spot, and my skin was Steve again. So that was the only backup that had any progress on the minecart track, and I was pretty pissed because I spent a whole day working on the minecart track, and all that progress was just gone now because for whatever stupid reason I had a corruption where I couldn't move myself. So yeah, I'm not happy about that. I am pretty upset about that. But anyways, I'm hoping we can move on from that. And I decided, you know what? if I'm gonna lose like hours of progress to bullshit, then I'm just gonna play on peaceful and rebuild the minecart track. Because at the time, like before the corruption happened, um, the minecart track went out like a couple hundred blocks, I'd have to say. So placing all that stone and all that track, that took me like, I don't know, 2 hours maybe, or 2 to 4 hours, I have no idea. But yeah, all that progress was just gone, and I'm not happy about that happened, because that wasted a lot of my time. If that never happened, I would have been able to get this minecart track done faster, but I did get it done yesterday. Yesterday I grinded a lot, and you can see there's a lot of like dirt pillars everywhere. That's basically because, well, I can't crouch yet. Like if I press shift, I can't crouch, which really sucks. So building this whole minecart track was a pain in my ass because I kept falling off the edge. And basically every time I was trying to like place another block in front of me, I had to go like this. I had to press like the D key like ever so slightly. Otherwise, if I pressed it like too much, I was gonna fall off the edge. And that happened a lot. I fell off the edge like many times while trying to build this thing. So, but it's mostly built now. I do need to do a couple more things with it before it's fully finished. Number one, I need to put like a bridge underneath it or something that makes it look like a bridge, if that makes sense. Something that makes it look like an actual like railroad track. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it just looks like a floating track in the sky, and it won't look as good. So I need to do that, and that's gonna take a lot of cobblestone, but it shouldn't be too difficult. The only part I'm worried about is doing the part that's like that's high up here over the ocean. That's gonna be a little challenging. But I think it's still doable, so we'll see. But as you can see, this is where I decided I want my base to be, and it's a pretty good spot, I think. I think for the design of the base, I'm just gonna keep it like kind of simple. The exterior probably won't be anything crazy. It's probably just gonna be kind of like a cube looking base. If you know what that is. It's probably gonna be like a bunch of rectangle boxes and like with glass looking out. I mean, that's all I really need. Because I can't really think of like what would look nice in the mountain. I was thinking about making like a gothic design, but I feel like that would be too, I don't know, I feel like that wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? So I just thought, you know, this base should look like it's kind of like a research station or something, right? It should look like a research facility. So at some point, I'm gonna build like a satellite dish somewhere, like a big satellite dish sticking out. I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but that's my plan for this base. And oh yeah, back to the minecart track. So I'm also gonna have to remove all these dirt pillars and this cobblestone pillar here because, yeah, I obviously don't want that in here. Sorry, I'm just trying to think about how I want to do this. And for the base, I'm going to basically just I'm gonna have a storage room, a furnace room, obviously, and what else? A mob farm, cactus farm, wheat farm, and sugarcane farm. And this isn't, since it isn't beta yet, I can't really make like I guess I can't really make like a semi-automatic sugarcane or wheat farm. I should say sugarcane farm, because you can't really do an automatic semi-automatic wheat farm, I guess. Well, maybe you can. I have no idea. But, I'm just gonna make, like, some... And then I'm also gonna make a cactus farm, too, because I need that as well. So, hopefully... What I'm hoping is that I'm gonna get the storage room done first. Well, So I built a lot of stuff in creative mode, actually. Well, I shouldn't say I built a lot of stuff on this specific save. I haven't built anything on creative mode, but oh fuck. Okay, sorry about that. Sometimes when you open a chest, it makes you move. It keeps making you move in one direction. It's super weird and annoying. But anyways. So I built a lot of stuff in creative on a copy of this world, right? So, shit, can I get to that? Okay, yeah, I can. I know this is a little bit scuffed, but I'm just like, I'm trying to get this done really fast, even though it's gonna take me ages. But I built a lot of stuff for this base in creative because I wasn't really sure how I wanted the base to look like. So I just kind of like messed with a few ideas, and I think I'm just gonna go with like the simple kind of cube rectangles that people normally do with these kinds of like mountainside bases, because I feel like people usually do that when they have these kinds of like mountain bases, if that makes sense. So I don't know, but for now these chests are just gonna be like sitting here. I'll move them down at some point. Obviously this is probably not gonna be where the storage room is. This is all temporary. This is all completely temporary. My plan is to completely fill out this entire area here because this is all empty. This whole area here, it's probably going to be the storage room and the furnace room because there's a lot of space here. And then sticking out in like different sides, it's going to be like the tree farm, the wheat farm, and the sugarcane farm, and the cactus farm, and then eventually I want to get the mob farm. And my goal right now is to just get the storage room and the furnace room done before I update to the next version. And I also really, really want to get this whole, like, minecart track done, because it's still not finished, and it doesn't look that great. So, as of right now, I need to make it look nicer. I also forgot to mention that, so, because I have to use minecart boosters, minecart boosters only really take the minecarts so far. I think it's only like, someone told me it was like 400 blocks or something. I don't know if that's right though. That's just kind of like a rough guess. But so because of that, my minecart wouldn't go all the way like to the lighthouse, because that's where the minecart started, if you don't know. I started this series at spawn, and I built a longhouse, and then I started building like this random skyscraper with a fountain nearby it, and then I was like, you know what? Let's just make this whole city out of stone. So I did that, and now I have this whole city at spawn that's entirely made out of stone, but it's not that big of a city, to be honest. Like, there's not that much going on for it. It has like a couple houses, a motel, a bar, and 2 skyscrapers, and that's really all there is. And there's like a tree in the middle, but it doesn't look that great. That's really all there is, though. And I don't know, I could add more to it if I wanted to, but it's not that big, to be honest. There's also a giant lighthouse that just like towers everything, so that's really nice. It is my kind of, probably has to be one of my favorite builds on this world, is the lighthouse. But I'm hoping this mountainside base is gonna look really nice. I'm hoping it's gonna be. I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to access all my farms like within the same base, because that's kind of whole plan with it is that this whole base is gonna be like, you don't have to go outside to do anything. You can just stay inside of it and survive off of whatever and farm stuff. You know, that's kind of the whole idea I'm trying to go with this base right now. But I'm thinking for the name of the base, it's probably gonna be something very generic, like Alpha Base or something like that. Just because, like, well, number one, when people say Alpha, it usually means like the first, right? So this would be like the first base, you know what I mean? Something like that. So I just thought, well, it would make sense if it was called the Alpha Base, because this is kind of like the first kind of actual functional base that I'm gonna have, because before I was just in a house, right? It was just a long house. It wasn't anything crazy. So I just thought to myself, like, well, it should be called Alpha Base, because it would make sense. And it's also going to be like a research facility, so I don't know, I just feel like research facilities kind of, or it's going to look like a research facility, I should say. I just feel like research facilities kind of have those kinds of names, if that makes sense, you know what I mean? And not only that, but it's going to be built in alpha. It's going to be like my actual alpha base. Now, when I built this minecart track, that sheep just spawned there. The fuck? Okay. Anyways, when I built this minecart track, I found a lot of flat ground. Like a lot. There's a lot of flat ground near me. Which, when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I want to build another city. I don't know why. I just like, whenever I see a lot of flat ground, I'm like, oh my god, I need to build something there. Like, seriously, I can't just leave it like that. I need to build something there. Because if I build something there, it's going to look so good, especially at night. I don't know. I just want to build a city. And I think if I'm going to make a new city in this world, it's going to be like a city with only alpha blocks, obviously, because this is all being done in alpha so far. And then after I'm finished with it, or I feel like I'm finished with it, is when I'm gonna, you know, update to beta, obviously. That's kind of what my plans are right now. I don't know. They could change. They could change eventually. But, I think for right now, my kind of plan is to just, like, get the furnace room done, get the storage room done in this base, and, eventually I'm going to add some more areas, try to make it look nice and cozy. I have a couple different designs in mind. I want to make the storage room look super cool, so I'm excited for that, because I got some really cool designs in mind for the storage room, and for the furnace room, it's probably going to be something, it's probably not going to be that crazy, it's just going to be like a bunch of furnaces, so, yeah. But, yeah, I'm really excited for the future of this world. It's going to take a long time, obviously. It's going to be a long process to do all of that, because you can tell, like, I've been mining this for about almost 20 minutes now, and this is only, like, well, halfway done, kind of. So, it's going to take a while to, like, actually, you know, do everything. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It gives me more time to think about what I want to do with my world, which is kind of what I like. That's something I don't really talk about that much. It's like, because everything takes so long to do, it gives me a lot of time to just think about, like, other things. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But, yeah, I just thought, like, you know what? There's a lot of flat area nearby, and I think eventually I want to create, like, this huge city nearby me, because I think that would be super cool. But that would mean that I'm going to be in alpha for a while, for longer than I really kind of anticipated. And eventually, I'll update to beta. When I update to beta, and I think it's alpha 1.2.6, or maybe it's another one, I don't know. But one of the alpha 1.2 versions, they add biomes to the game. They actually add biomes. Because if you notice, like, everything is the same biome. because, well, there is no biomes. That's not a thing yet. Everything just like is the same. So my kind of plan is to like eventually when there is biomes, I want to build a new base. But I feel like if I did that, then it would be like, well, I'm just making too many bases everywhere, and I'm going too far out. So if I want to experience like any new update, I'm gonna have to go out like hundreds of blocks, and that might not be fun. But I don't know. It's just a thought I have because I'm kind of worried that that might become an issue at some point. Hopefully it doesn't. I don't think it really will. But yeah, I don't know. You know what's really nice about these versions is that because you don't have much, because you don't have many blocks to work with, like you only have so many decorative blocks, you kind of have to get creative with your like decorations and stuff. Um, because there's not a lot of like decorative blocks and stuff, and there's not a lot of like building blocks. Like the only two building blocks you really have is like wood and stone, and you could use other blocks like bricks and stuff, but that would be more expensive, right? Because you have to go get clay, and clay isn't the most common thing to get. I mean, it does spawn in some areas, but you have to go travel to get clay, and that takes time. So because of that, it's just like it's kind of super easy to just go wherever you want in your world and create like new builds and stuff. It's super easy to do that because you don't need like you don't have to rely on farms to survive. Is basically what I'm trying to say. You don't have to rely on farms. You don't have to like you don't have to like go traveling thousands or hundreds of blocks for like a new wood type or anything like that because it's all nearby you. Like everything is nearby you. It's all at your fingertips. So I think that's super cool. But anyways, rant aside, I was gonna say, oh yeah, so you're probably wondering why why I built this base like so far out in the middle of like nowhere, seemingly. Well, number one, it's because like this, I think this is a cool spot right here. It's like in the side of a, this is actually a chunk border. I don't know if you guys know that. This is basically a chunk border right here. Because I changed my seed, and that's a whole nother story I don't really want to talk about. You'll have to watch some earlier episodes to understand why that is. But anyways, I just thought this was a cool area because it has like it's got like this overhang right here. You can't really see it from here, and it has this cool spot right here, and there's like a little pond. I think this spot is actually just I don't know. I just think it's perfect. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is because there is a weird bug in these versions where, for whatever stupid reason, 65% of the ores only generate on the positive axis of the world. So if I were to go to, and here's the other thing. There's no coordinates. So the only way to tell if you're in the positive axis is by looking at like the direction of where the sun is rising and the sun is setting and whatever. That's really the only way you can tell where the positive like coordinates are. You could also go into the level.dat file, I guess, and figure that out, but I feel like that would be a lot more work to do that. But anyways, so because of that, I decided, well, I'm just gonna go like far north, far positive coordinates north, because that's where all the ores are gonna be, basically. That's where the majority of the ores are gonna be. And this spot right here is kind of roughly in that positive coordinate area. I will have to go this way as well, because this is also positive coordinates this way. And my plan is to just like make a strip mine that goes out this way, and then there's just like strip mines going out that way and that way, because that's all positive areas over there. And I'm like probably thousands of blocks from spawn right now. Hundreds at least. I don't know how far exactly I am from spawn, but I'm pretty damn far. So, yeah, my plan is to just, like... My plan is to just only mine in those positive coordinates, because it's just... You get more ores doing it that way, so... I also haven't showed you guys this yet, but I actually... When I was building the minecart track, I ran out of stone, and I was far from my spawn, which is where all my stone was, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to travel all the way back to spawn on foot just to get more stone, and then I'm gonna have to go all the way back to spawn again to mine more stone, so I just figured, like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. And instead, what I did is I actually dug out a huge hole in the ground. So that's where I've been getting a lot of my stone for the minecart track. And I'm also getting a lot of stone from digging this out, which is really nice. But eventually I'm gonna have to make like a strip mine here that's going down, because I'm gonna need a lot of things. I'm gonna need some coal. I'm gonna need some sorry, I can't focus right now when I'm like trying to do stuff. I'm gonna need some coal. I want to get some lava, and that's gonna be for something very special that you'll see in the future, hopefully. But yeah, I just wanted to make this quick video to update all of you, to tell you like where things have been, I guess. It's gonna be a while before we actually get things, kind of get things back to normal, I guess, before I can actually build stuff that I want. My goal right now is to basically just build the base. So I'm actually gonna put all these down on another block. But anyways, I'm gonna end it here. And this video is basically just a quick update on how things are gonna be. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Goodbye.